The deputy leader of Reform UK certainly didn't hold back as he addressed the comments he made in a BBC interview. Richard Tice has demanded the BBC apologise to him following a heated interview about Nigel Farage. The Reform UK leader came under fire following his alleged teenage racism and antisemitism from several of his former school associates. Richard Tice later branded his accusers as liars in a recent interview with Emma Barnett on the BBC. On Thursday, December 11, the deputy leader of the political party addressed the comments he made on the BBC show, insisting that he does not regret branding the outspoken few as liars. In an interview with Andrew Marr on LBC, the presenter was asked if his feelings had changed about the language he used in the heated interview. He began, "Many of his colleagues, his mates at school at the time, or the boys who were at the school at the time as him, were really offended when you called them liars. And, in a way, you might have made life harder for Nigel Farage by using that word. Do you stand by that word, liar?" The politician fumed. "What I stand for is the fact that later that day, Nigel produced the evidence that many people have said the opposite, that this had been misinterpreted. Look, people might be a bit offended by a bit of language here, fine, that's the nature of politics. If people want me to be a bit more gentle, let's use another expression, recollections may vary, and they clearly do vary. It's 49 years ago, Andrew." The broadcaster proposed, "It's 49 years ago, but I do detect that you do regret using the word liars about some of those boys." But the Reform UK star insisted, "I don't regret it. If people are offended by it, they might be a bit offended by it, that's the nature of politics. When I am assaulted by a presenter saying, 'Let's talk about Hitler's special relationship with Nigel.' Hitler died 19 years before Nigel was born. There was no relationship. It was an outrageous interview by Emma Barnett, and frankly, I could have stopped the interview on the basis of that outrageous start. I didn't, we carried on, and frankly, the BBC should be apologising to me for that outrageous interview." Express.co.uk has reached out to a BBC representative for a comment. It didn't take long before listeners flocked to social media to share their thoughts online. One user penned, "Genuinely can't believe that the MSM are still running with allegations made nearly half a century ago. Whilst at, wait for it, school." Meanwhile, some argued that the politician was playing the victim. One suggested, "Always the victim is Richard Tice, no responsibility at all, it's all a game to him." Another agreed, "The free speech warriors are always the victims, demanding apologies for being asked questions."